Millie Bobby Brown signs on to star in sci-fi movie directed by the Russo Brothers. Millie Bobby Brown signed to star in a sci-fi movie, The Electric State, directed by the Russo Brothers. So she's extending her profitable partnership with Netflix. The Russo Brothers have directed a variety of action and dramas, most notoriously Avengers Endgame and Avengers Infinity War. Join us to discuss what we know about the movie so far. Let's get started. An adaptation of The Electric State was first announced in late 2017 when the Russo brothers teamed up with IT director Andy Muschietti and Captain America vets Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely to develop the film. Netflix signed on board for the movie. The Electric State is based on an illustrated novel by author Simon Stålenhag. Stålenhag is the artist behind some incredible retro-futuristic illustrations, and his other books include Tales from the Loop, which Amazon adapted into a TV series of its own. The novel originated from a Kickstarter campaign, and it follows a runaway teenage girl and a robot on a journey through an alternate reality 1997 USA, where the high-tech consumerist society is in decline. The Stranger Things star, Millie Bobby Brown, will star in a film as an orphaned teen in a retro-futuristic world, with humans isolated in their VR helmets and a continuing battle against a strange breed of monstrous drones in the wake of a technological meltdown. A teenage girl named Michelle and a robot travel the west coast of the US in search for the girl's missing brother. The teen and her toy robot travel through a strange American landscape filled with gigantic battle drones and discarded trash of a high-tech consumerist society addicted to a virtual reality system. As they approach the edge of the continent, the world outside the car window seems to unravel at an ever faster pace, as if somewhere beyond the horizon, the hollow core of civilization has finally caved in, the description reads. The adaptation was first revealed in 2017 with writers Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely attached to pen the script. In 2019, the duo gave an update on the project by tweeting out an image from Stålenhag's popular book. Andy Muschietti, known for helming the IT franchise, was on board to direct. But now, The Electric State will be going in a different direction. Millie Bobby Brown has been selected to play Michelle in the Electric State adaptation. The casting news comes along with the announcement that Universal Pictures has won the rights to adapt the graphic novel after a bidding war. Joe and Anthony Russo, the directors of Avengers Endgame, are now slated to direct the project. It's noted that Muschietti likely had to step away from the director's chair due to his focus on the Flash movie starring Ezra Miller, although he will still serve as producer on Electric State, along with his producing partner Barbara Muschietti. But previously something popped up. When the Russos were asked about the cast, they said, "We've got to wait a beat before we can talk about cast." Since both Stranger Things and The Electric State film in Atlanta, it's possible her schedule for Stranger Things Season 5 is going to prevent her from being in the film. It's also possible the reason the Russos couldn't talk about the cast yet is because they're trying to figure out scheduling in order to keep her in the movie. Maybe they didn't even mean Millie and they were referring to other cast members, but that also seems like a logical puzzle, right? Media also brought word that Chris Pratt is in talks with the streamer to join the cast of the sci-fi thriller, with rumors having surfaced about casting earlier this year. Sources reported that while a deal has not closed for Pratt to join, he is still in negotiations. Should Pratt close a deal with the streamer for the film, it would mark the latest collaboration between the Marvel Cinematic Universe star and the Russo brothers after they directed him in both Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. It would also mark his first collaboration with Netflix and continue his recent trend of partnering with streaming platforms, having worked with Prime Video for both the Tomorrow War movie and The Terminal List. Outside the streaming world, Pratt has a number of big screen projects in the works, including his MCU return in Thor: Love and Thunder in July, as well as Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 arriving in 2023, and the animated Super Mario Brothers movie as the titular plumber, which has seen a lot of backlash from fans of the Nintendo franchise. When will it be released? The Electric State has been in the works for some time, originally at Universal until rising costs forced the team to put the film into turnaround, eventually being picked up by Netflix. The film's new budget is thought to be upward of $200 million, another hefty price tag for a Netflix production. And Netflix has not revealed an official release date as yet, but the movie is nearing the starting line. As of now, the film is still in pre-production phase. Deadline broke the news about the Russos teaming with Brown at the end of 2020 when Universal was circling the package. When deals couldn't be made, Netflix moved in fast to land the rights given their strong ties to both Brown and the Russos. The siblings' upcoming feature, The Gray Man, starring Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans, bows next month and remains one of the biggest tentpoles Netflix has greenlit to date. That film bows in theaters on July 15th and on the streamer the following week. Netflix has been circling the project since the top of this year, but the key was lining up schedules for the Russos and Brown. With deals now closed, the film is looking at a fall start date. While an exact number is unknown for the budget, sources say it will rival what Netflix spent on Gray Man, given the film's scope. Is Millie also joining Star Wars? It looks like the 18-year-old superstar could join the Star Wars franchise as well. Although nothing has been confirmed yet, rumors of Brown taking on a Star Wars role have been circulating. Some people are even wondering if she will play a young Princess Leia. It was reported that Brown is currently in talks with Disney about a future film or series. According to the outlet, both Brown and her father are hopeful she'll reach a deal. The Mirror's sources indicate that Brown is asking for $12 million for the role, and it seems the final decision will come down to whether or not she feels like a good fit. Both MovieWeb and Forbes suggested that she could tackle the role of Princess Leia, and as MovieWeb pointed out, Brown even admitted she'd love a role like that back in 2016. Vivian Lyra Blair portrayed young Leia in Season 1 of Obi-Wan Kenobi. However, the 10-year-old actor wouldn't be able to bring her young adult years to life anytime soon. Brown, on the other hand, could offer another perspective of Leia's past, and several deepfakes on YouTube highlight the similarities between Brown and Carrie Fisher's Leia. Of course, Leia's not the only Star Wars character Brown could play. With all the Disney Plus series planned for the franchise, the opportunities are endless. And the timing may play a significant role in Brown's potential casting. After all, she's still got several Netflix projects to wrap up. Damsel, starring Brown. Damsel is set to be an upcoming fantasy movie starring Brown. The plot synopsis in Netflix's new movie is like this. It's a taut-contained thriller about a princess that thinks she's marrying a prince only to be thrown into a pit where she's being sacrificed to a dragon. Brown plays Elodie, who's anxiously waiting for her wedding to Prince Henry and feeling pressure from her father, who needs the money her marriage will bring to be a good, obedient wife. After marrying Henry, Elodie realizes she's been tricked into becoming a sacrificial offering for a cruel dragon who intends to eat her. Elodie must fight her way out of the dragon's lair and eventually saves herself by slaying the dragon. The film will be directed by Spanish director Juan Carlos Fresnadillo, who previously directed 28 Weeks Later, the Spanish film Intacto, and the horror film Intruders. Brown is executive producing the project, which is not her first time in a producer role. In addition to starring in Enola Holmes, she produced that film as well. Angela Bassett has already been announced as part of the cast, playing Lady Bayford, Elodie's stepmother. Robin Wright, star of Netflix's House of Cards, joins the cast too. In addition, Ray Winstone, Nick Robinson, Brooke Carter, and Shohreh Aghdashloo will also star. Are you waiting for the Electric State? What do you think about Millie's acting skills? Isn't she amazing? Let us know in the comments down below.